Okay, so you can, let's get started with this class. You can all see me here, hopefully. Welcome to this live stream class. It's about OET, and today we're going to talk about this question here, capital letters in OET. So I'll explain what that means in this video, and hopefully by the end of this video, you will understand exactly when and how to use capital letters in OET. My name is Alan, I'm a teacher at SET English, and I've been teaching OET for probably over 5 years now, so this is certainly a topic that I talk about a lot, and if you watch this video, I promise you will understand fully how to use capital letters. Alright, now this is a live stream, so what that means is I'm going to be watching my phone. If you see me looking down, it means I'm watching my phone and I'm trying to respond to people's questions. So please, if you are watching, type in your questions, I will try to respond. Also, like this video, please hit the like button, share this video with friends. It's completely free and I promise it's very valuable because this is a very common problem that doctors and nurses, pharmacists, they always have this problem when they are writing their OET letters. So let's get started, okay? So capital letters in OET. I'm going to put something on the board so you'll be able to see this here. This is my Word document today, and I will come back. Here I am, and I'm going to talk today about capital letters. So we're going to start by just something very, very simple. When we say capital letters, what do we mean by that? Okay, what is meant? So obviously, if you're watching this video, it's very simple. Is this a capital letter, number 1, or is number 2 a capital letter? I know it's so simple, but there might be some people watching thinking, what does he mean by capital letters? Well, let's start by defining our terms. All right, what is a capital letter? What do you guys think? Type in the chat if you're watching. I'll be responding to people when they type into the chat, okay? So obviously the answer here is, I'm sure most of you know, the answer is this is a capital letter. So what does capital letter mean? It just means the big one, the big size, right? Now, here's something that a lot of people don't know. What do we call this? What do we call the opposite? Again, guys, if you're watching on the live stream, just type in the chat. I'll try and respond to you, okay? So this is my question to you, people watching this video. What do we call the opposite of a capital letter? All right, I'll give you a clue. All right. It begins with L and it ends with R, okay? And then we have C. Any ideas? While you're thinking, guys, hit the like button. Please share this video with others so that we can get lots of people, following us, all right? I'm going to give people a little bit of time to check this out, all right? As I said, I'm going to be watching my phone. Okay, so Maria, she says number 1. Obviously, Maria's responding. This is capital letter. Very, very nice. And we have some answers. Brilliant. So obviously, there's always a delay. So Salah, you are right. Sorry, I was typing your name then. Salah, lower case. Okay. So the big one, we call that a capital letter. When you're working in the UK, if you want to refer to the opposite of that, that would be the lowercase. Okay. Now the question in this class, let's zoom in a little bit and think in more detail about this now. Okay. So the question today is, when do we use capital letters? Okay. In the OET letter. Let's put this here in the OET letter. Okay. Let's have an example. All right, so example, paracetamol. Right, so imagine you're writing, he was advised to take paracetamol. Should it be capital or should this be lowercase? What do you guys think? Capital or lowercase in this case of paracetamol? Or some people say paracetamol, some people say paracetamol. I don't know why. 2 different pronunciations, both are correct. Salah, Maria, anyone watching this, please like this video, share this video. I'm going to be doing these every day, so this is my new channel. Please help me to grow it, all right? answer for paracetamol, we're going to use lowercase. Okay, we're going to use lowercase. And Salah's saying when starting a sentence. Obviously, yes, when we start a sentence, I'll put this here, when we start a sentence. In fact, I don't need to put it, do I, Salah? I'm sure it's most people know when you start a sentence in English, you're going to use capital letter like this one here, okay? But I'm talking about medication, okay, Salah? And the reason is because one of the big problems in OET is capitalizing medication, right? So in this case, we would use the lowercase. Does anyone know why? So we're going to use lowercase because. And we have a delay on YouTube, so I know that I'm going to give you time to type in your answer. Can anyone tell me why? Why do we use lowercase for paracetamol? And while we wait, okay, let me give you another example. He's advised to take Tylenol. Okay. Now, should this one be capital or lowercase? Okay, because the two things are connected. All right. Now, someone's saying, Maria, you're saying use a capital letter here for paracetamol, like this. Actually, Maria, that's wrong. Okay. So sorry to be so direct, but that's actually wrong. Here we use lowercase because, all right, it is what we call the generic drug. Okay. So it's just the scientific name, it's just the generic name, well, or the generic word we use. Okay. But Tylenol, here we would use a capital letter, right? Tylenol is, what is Tylenol? Does anyone know here what Tylenol is? I'm sure medical professionals will be able to tell me what Tylenol is. Tylenol is paracetamol. It's the same thing, I believe, okay? So why do we use capitals? Well, because, guys, if you want to type in the chat, if you think you know the answer, the reason is, I'm hoping to get an answer from one of you guys, because it is what we call a brand name, okay? Brand name. That's the reason, okay? So when we're using the brand name, that means the commercial name, the business name, the name that they sell it under. Okay, so this is the commercial name they sell it. The paracetamol is just the drug name. Now, so guys, the first point really is that for capital letters, right, in OET, in the OET letter, you've got to remember this basic point, okay? So the rule is, I'll put it here, the rule is that, brand equals capital, and generic drug equals lowercase. Okay. What about conditions? Do we capitalize conditions? Remember, I'm talking about capital letters in OET. Do we capitalize conditions? Yes or no? What do we think, guys? Oops. This is actually US English. I'm actually in the UK. Let me just change this. You'll see that my spelling is not wrong. It's like this, okay? Do we capitalize conditions? For example, do I say she has diabetes? Diabetes. Type 2 diabetes, right? For example. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Type in the chat. Remember, guys, this is a live interactive class. Please like this video if you're finding it useful, or share the video, okay? Question is, capitals here, yes or no? Yes or no? Now, I'm sure many of you are going to be typing as I speak, right? Because we have a delay here. I'm sure you all know that the answer is, I hope, no. Okay? So we do not capitalize conditions or symptoms or anything really, okay? Unless, except there's one situation where we can capitalize conditions. Does anyone know here? Does anyone know when it is okay to capitalize a condition? This is a live class, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for you guys, okay? Let's just wait, and I'll be talking as I wait, okay? I want you just to type in a condition that requires a capital letter, okay? Does anyone know when it is okay to capitalize a condition? Usually we do not, but there is an exception, or there are exceptions, okay? Thank you, Maria and Saleh, for all your comments. Thank you for joining in on this. Thank you, everyone who's watching. This is my question. Does anyone know when it is okay to capitalize a condition? When is it okay? Type in the chat. Give me an example. Can we have an examples here? Yeah, fantastic. I didn't have to wait too long. You see, on YouTube, there's always a delay, guys. There's always like a 10-second delay. We already have a great answer here from Mary. Thank you very much. Or Maria, I should say. Beg your pardon, Maria. She says Parkinson's or Down syndrome. And of course, that is correct, right? So let me just put this on the board, okay? Unless, so let's get rid of all of this. The condition, okay, Parkinson's, Down syndrome, is the name of a person, right? So in the case of Parkinson's, I'm sure we all know, in the case of Parkinson's disease, that's the name of a person. The scientist, I think, who discovered it. Crohn's disease, Down syndrome, okay? There's many things like this. And this leads me to the main point, really, of this class, okay? Why do we use capitals in general? Okay, why do we use capitals in general? Just change this here. Well, number one, it could be the start of a sentence. Okay. Number two, it could be we use for what we call acronyms, like WHO or USA, UK, right? So we use it for acronyms. We use it for, there's small reasons, but really the main reason, guys, there are other sort of, not, to be honest, not very important reasons really for OET. The main reason that we use capitals in general is names. Names. Okay? So in this case here, Parkinson's disease, it's the name of a person, isn't it? Parkinson's, Crohn's, Alzheimer's, capital letter. Do we capitalize conditions? Conditions? No, not in general, not unless it's the name. Do we capitalize symptoms? No, we don't capitalize symptoms. Equipment? Do we capitalize equipment? No, not unless it's the name of something. We don't capitalize anything unless it's the name. Okay, this is the key point and the key idea, right? This is the key point. Okay, so the thing is, maybe a lot of you watching don't realize, is there are many different types of names, right? There are many different types of names. What do I mean by that? Let me show you, okay? You can get names of people. We can have names of places. We can have names of organizations. We can have names of brands, which I suppose is like an organization sometimes, right? Let's just have that as the same thing, including brands, and so on and so forth, right? It's all about names. Okay, so for example, guys, if you're watching this video, okay, Sale, Maria. Where are you from? Can everyone just type in where are you from? Right? So this is just an example, right? So for me, I'm going to say I am from Manchester. Okay, that's where I'm from originally. Okay, and notice I'm going to use a capital letter, of course. Of course I'm going to use a capital. Why? Because it's the name. Name of a place, of course, right? It's the name of the place. If I say my name is Alan, that's my name. I'm going to use capital letter, right? Let's think about an organization now. Think about, right? How about this? I love the World Health Organization, right? I've got to use capitals here. Why? Because it's the name of an organization, all right? Now, someone says, what about BP acronyms? Well, we already said acronyms, you should use capitals. So yeah. But Farina, right? Don't forget what it says in OET. OET says you should not use note form. Okay, so in the OET writing, this is actually quite complicated, but you should avoid note form. That's in the question. So Farina, go and check the question. Any OET thing, go to the bottom. It says, do not use note form. Okay. Is BP note form? It kind of is, Farina. It is, right? So even though it's correct to capitalize, you should just say blood pressure. Right? And then there is no capital here, obviously. So you don't say his BP is high. Say his blood pressure was high. Okay? Why? Why should we not use BP? It's an English language exam. It's not real. Right? BP, that does not show OET or the examiner that you're good at English. It just shows you can write BP. That's nothing. If you write blood pressure, you've got to get the correct spelling. It's better. Okay? Now, Maria, you're from Romania, right? So that's a place. So we would say, I am from Romania, right? So why do we use capitals? The key point, guys, is names, okay? Names of people, names of places, names of organization, including brands like Tylenol, right? In OET, Tylenol, okay? So that's it. Now let me give you a quick, let me give you a test on this, guys. Okay, so I'm going to finish this class. Let me give you a very quick test. Okay, test. Let's see if we understand. We're talking about names. It seems to be clear, right? Names. Okay. Here's my test. I went to Manchester University. Okay, and I can also say I went to a university in Manchester. Okay. One of these is not correct. Can anyone tell me which one is not correct? One of these is not correct. Which one is not correct? I'll wait. Okay, so I'll turn my camera off. One is not correct. Which one is not correct? Just type in the chat. People are saying A is not correct. Yes, that's totally right. I'm going to come back. It's A, isn't it? Why is A incorrect? A is not correct because Manchester University, that is the name of an organisation. There's only one. Well, there are more universities in Manchester, but there is one official University of Manchester, okay? That is the name. So I need to capitalize this one, right? I need to say U. Is that clear, guys? Because this is the name of an organization, okay? I'll just put this here. Oops. Oops. Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, so I went to Manchester University is a name of organization. I need to zoom out my screen so we can see a bit more, okay? Okay, so in this case, why then is this not the name of the organization? It's not, is it? The name is not University in Manchester. This is the generic term, right? Does everyone see that this is generic? We're just saying our university, it's not a name, all right? And I can see Farina, Maria, Darshika, thanks for all your comments here. Darshika, it's not B. B is correct, okay, Darshika, because it's the generic. Okay, one more test, and we're going to finish this class. If you think this is useful, by the way, come and join SET. We do live classes every day, between 4 and 5 hours of live classes like this, but you'll be in Zoom. You can always chat to me, ask me questions. There's not like a chat box. Usually I'm talking directly to students and they're answering me. So if you're interested, just check out setenglish.com. Send us a message. We can see if we can help. We have a school 4 or 5 hours every day. Okay, next test. What about this? I saw my mother yesterday. Is that correct or not correct? Is it correct or not correct? Have a think about it, guys. Correct or not correct? What do you think? Should there be a capital? Should there not be a capital? I saw my mother yesterday. Think very carefully about this. Is there a name here or not a name? So Farina says yes, it's correct, but I don't know if that's an old answer, Farina. Yeah, it's actually. Someone's asking a very good question about this university thing with at or an. I'll deal with that at the end or later on. Okay, Maria, that's a very good question. Who said that? Anne? Sorry, Darshika. That's a very good question. Okay, but let's just focus on this, guys. Is this right or not? Come on, yes or no? You got 50-50 chance here. The answer, all right, let's talk about the answer. The answer is, it is correct. Okay, it is correct. Now, some people may be thinking that this is a name, okay? But it's not a name. It's not a name, think about it. If I say, let's say my mother is Jane, right? I saw my Jane yesterday. Would we say my if it was a name? Would I say my? Maria, would I say, I saw my Maria yesterday? That would be very, that's actually quite informal. You can use that in the north of England, it's quite informal. But that's not correct, is it? You don't say my with a name. Okay? What about, so this one here is correct. What about this though? What about this one? Mom, can you help me? Imagine we're writing a sentence like this. Mom, can you help me? Is this one correct now? Right? Should I have lowercase here? Or should I have capital letter? Correct or incorrect? Think about it. Is that a name? Can I replace that with a name or not? That's the question, isn't it? Can I replace the word with a name? Mom, can you help me? Just type in yes or no, guys. Correct or incorrect, okay? Because I'm just about to reveal the answer. The answer is that this one requires capital letter. Of course it does, because here it's a name, right? So this would be, let me just take this back, okay? This is a name. If I put here Jane, oops, sorry. If I put here Jane, right? Let's just get this a bit bigger, guys. Can you help me? It's a name, right? So if I say mum here with no capital, this is not correct. Why? because it's a name. Okay, so I'm going to finish this class, so I have to go off prepare for my listening class today in the school. Hope this was useful, all right? Just remember, OET, right? Just to go, let's just take this right back to the beginning. We're talking about capitals in OET, right? When do we use capitals in OET? Well, medications, you can use it when it's the generic name, no capital letter. When it's generic, when it is the, think about it, when it is the brand name, like Tylenol, you use capital letter, okay? Conditions, do we capitalize conditions? No, unless it's a name of a person, right? Parkinson's disease, Crohn's disease, Alzheimer's, okay? We would use capitals for conditions, but any other time, no capitals, okay? And in general, why do we use capital letters in general? Well, it's because names, okay? So I'll just leave this on the board here, guys, right? Start of a sentence, acronyms, names. I'm kind of making this a bit simple as there are other things, but this is all you need for OET, okay? So I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks for all your comments, Maria, Farina, Darshika, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you on Monday. I'm going to do another video on Monday. Please check out the new video on Monday. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye. Take care.